So in evaluating your options, the first thing you need to consider is what are your liabilities? Are you at risk of losing the property, or are you at risk at losing the property and perhaps being subject to additional liability for a judgment against you for any deficiency? In California, we have anti-deficiency laws which in many circumstances will expose the borrower to the risk of losing the property, but not necessarily having a personal judgment against them by the lender in the event that the value of the property is less than the amount of the debt. There are also other issues to consider as well. Is this an owner-occupied property or is it a rental? And what effect does that have in determining whether or not there is additional exposure for a judgment after a foreclosure? Thirdly, there are certain situations in which second loans, for example HELOCs, can actually be purged from the property and the debt released through certain techniques through the bankruptcy laws. The other issues that one has to consider as well is debt forgiveness. If the lender charges off a debt, is there a potential for a tax liability resulting from that forgiveness of debt? Is it even a forgiveness of debt? That's an issue that also has to be considered with a tax lawyer or with your tax advisor, typically a CPA. In addition, there is also issues concerning what happens if I go through with a short sale. Do I have liability to the lender after a short sale? In certain circumstances you may, and that's another liability issue that needs to be addressed when you're evaluating what your options are.